The Stoic's Journey, a story of resilience and wisdom. In the bustling city of Athens, a young merchant named Callius faced a devastating loss. His ship, carrying goods worth a fortune, had sunk in a storm. Everything he had worked for was gone. Overwhelmed by grief, anger, and despair, he wandered through the streets, unable to accept his misfortune. One day, as he sat on the steps of a quiet marketplace, an old man approached him. He had a calm, thoughtful gaze and wore a simple robe, one that suggested wisdom rather than wealth. "You seem troubled," the old man said. Callius scoffed. "Wouldn't you be? I've lost everything." The old man nodded. "Tell me, did you control the storm that took your ship?" "Of course not." "Did you command the waves?" "No." "Then why suffer over what was never yours to control?" Callius frowned. "So I should just accept my fate and do nothing?" The old man smiled. "Not at all. You should control what you can, your response, your actions, and your mind. That is the way of the Stoic." The old man was Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism. Once a wealthy merchant himself, he had lost everything in a shipwreck. But instead of despairing, he turned to philosophy and built a new life, one not based on external wealth, but on wisdom, virtue, and inner peace. The teachings of the Stoic masters. Intrigued by Zeno's words, Callius decided to learn more. He studied under Zeno and his successors, each teaching him valuable lessons. From Cleanthes he learned that nature itself is a guide. Living in harmony with reason and virtue leads to peace. From Chrysippus he discovered the power of logic and discipline. He realized that true strength comes from mastering one's thoughts and desires. In Rome, he encountered the wisdom of Epictetus, a former slave turned philosopher. Epictetus taught him, "It's not events that disturb us, but our opinions about them." If Callius saw his shipwreck as a curse, he would suffer, but if he saw it as a lesson, he could grow. From Seneca, the great writer and statesman, he learned the art of resilience. Misfortune, Seneca taught, is not a tragedy but a test. His letters spoke of enduring hardship with grace and focusing on what truly matters, virtue, not wealth. Finally, Callius found inspiration in the writings of Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor. Marcus reminded him that life is short, and every challenge is an opportunity to practice wisdom, justice, courage, and self-discipline. Applying Stoicism in modern life. Imagine you are Callius. Maybe you haven't lost a ship, but perhaps you faced failure, heartbreak, or unexpected challenges. Stoicism teaches us, on emotions, like Callius, we must not let anger or despair control us. Instead, we train our minds to respond with wisdom. On adversity, when faced with difficulty, we ask, "What can I learn from this?" rather than, "Why me?" On personal growth, every day is a chance to improve, to be more patient, more just, and more disciplined. The lasting legacy of Stoicism. Years later, Callius became a respected teacher, sharing Stoic wisdom with others. One day a young man approached him, troubled and lost. "You seem troubled," Callius said with a smile. The cycle continued. Stoicism, like a steady flame, was passed from teacher to student, generation to generation. Today, that flame still burns. In our modern lives, filled with stress, uncertainty, and distractions, the wisdom of Zeno, Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius remains as relevant as ever. The question is, will you, like Callius, embrace the Stoic way?